said, quote, surprised? Yes, I was disappointed I didn't go back in, but I'm more disappointed that we lost the damn game. The former MVP also added that he's eager to figure stuff out and do what's best for our team to win in the long run. Shannon, what do you make of what Russ said here?
He's saying all the right things, but what he's saying hasn't been matched up by his play. Because you say you're trying to do everything you possibly can. How about shoot with a better efficiency? How about turn the ball over at not a higher rate as you've been doing? And you've done a great job of that. How about play a little defense? Not great defense, just a little defense. Skip, look, I get it. And this is what I don't get. How he says he's upset that they lost, but that doesn't match but what you said. You said before that whether you win or lose, the son, life goes on. Now you're concerned about losing. Skip, look, when you're an all-star, when you're a superstar player, it hurts getting benched. Nobody likes to be benched, let alone a guy that's performed at the highest level, the guy that was an MVP, the guy that's been an all-NBA player. So this notion that all of a sudden you care so much about winning, when through your own words, it's not the end-all, be-all. Life goes on. I'm in L.A. I'm with my kids. I see them smile. Now all of a sudden you care about winning. No, it hurts your pride. You got benched. And no, you have not. There's a reason why. We're going to go a little bit more in depth about this, Skip. There's a reason why you've been on 4 teams in 4 years. Let that sink in. A guy that's had historic seasons have done things that nobody in the history of the game has ever done or thought could be done. This is his 4th team in 4 years. Why? Why has Russell Westbrook been on 4 teams in 4 years? I don't get it. The Lakers, you played against Russell Westbrook in the bubble. And what was the scouting report? Let him shoot. He'll turn the ball over. And then you turn around and sign the guy to help you win the championship, when one of the reasons why you were able to get to the championship because you played that guy. Wow. Skip, I take everything that he says with a grain of salt. Because what he said in one breath and then what he turns around and says now, it does not jive. It does not mesh. Had he said, look, I'm here to win a championship, it keeps me awake at night if I don't win the championship because I just want to know, not that the sun's going to shine tomorrow, not there's more important things in life than the game of basketball. Hell no. If you talking like that on my team, I don't want you on the team because I know how much I invested. And let me tell you one thing, Skip, before I turn it over to you. I'm never going to invest in an individual that doesn't invest in me. So what Russell Westbrook is telling me, he's not investing in me if I'm invested in the game of basketball because he said there are other things more important. Well, if it is, we on the wrong team. We need to be split apart. So whatever he said, he's upset. Yes, he's upset because he views himself as a superstar. And he got benched. They told Russ, without telling Russ, how do you say something without saying something? We got a better chance of winning the ball game with the guys on the floor and you sitting over here with me than you in the game and one of them sitting over here with me. That's what they told Russ. Long story short, they told Russ, we have a better chance of winning the game with Austin Reeves, with a Stanley Johnson, with a Malik Monk.
Correct.
Than one Russell Westbrook.
Preach. Agreed. Okay. My take on this from a distance is that Russ stewed about this. Russ went to his agent and said, I need to draw a line in the sand, albeit this time in the Orlando sand, not the LA sand, because they're going to play there tonight. Ironically, back where they won their last championship in the bubble. And I believe, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that because when you want to make a big statement in the National Basketball Association, you go to whom? You go to Woj, right? It's the biggest mouthpiece, the biggest stage that you could gain entry into would be, let's let Woj know that we want to speak up and speak out. So when they landed in Orlando, the call had been arranged, it sounds like, from a distance. I don't know the exact behind-the-scenes workings of this, but it sounded like they went to Woj and said, we would like to make some statements to you. Great.
Right.
Congratulations to him. And Russ spoke. And to your point, he spoke nicely, but the between the lines message here to me was, I'm doing everything I can to help you win. So from here on, you better not take me out in fourth quarters because I'm the reason you got this far. And I'm thinking, you got how far? You're 22-23, mostly because of Russell Westbrook. You have tried to overcome him unsuccessfully. He has become the ultimate liability for what a lot of people thought was going to be a very good team, a team that was the odds-on favorite to win the championship this year, has been undone mostly. You can throw the injuries in to AD and obviously Kendrick Nunn, Barry Southers, LeBron gone for a little while. But in the end, you know and I know, we both agree, the liability here, the piece to the puzzle that LeBron and AD vouched for, if not pushed for, that cannot be overcome is Russell Westbrook. So I read these quotes, and the first one that stuck in my craw was, but I'm more disappointed that we lost the damn game. I'm calling BS on that one because I don't believe it. I don't buy it because there's been no other statement out of his mouth that said he was more interested in winning the damn game. Well, when has he ever been more interested in winning a damn game? He's always been more interested in prioritizing stats over winning. It's why he's been on 4 teams in 4 years. It's why Kevin Durant said, I can't do it anymore with him. I got to go join forces with those guys. I'm in year 10. I got to get me a ring. And he went and he got him 2 rings and 2 finals MVP. Way to go, Kevin. Russ becomes the all-time stat machine, the all-time solo act in Oklahoma City. And again, I take nothing away, as you point out, Shannon, 4 out of the last 5 years to average a triple-double. It's impossibly, inhumanly great. He pulled it off to the detriment of his team's ability to win basketball games because as he pulled it off, he often led the league in turnovers. 4 times he did that. 4 times he finished second. And as we speak, he's leading the league in turnovers right here, right now. As we speak, Russell Westbrook is shooting 30% from 3 as the starting point guard for the Lakers. A point guard who has played more minutes than any other player in the league so far this year. 30% ranks 148 of 154 qualified. 69% from the free throw line, ranks 99th of 100 qualified free throw shooters. It's hard to win in spite of that, and they're not able to.
Yeah.
And in the end, all these things that he says that, I'm committed to making this thing work. I'm okay with sacrificing some things that I've been able to sacrifice for to help this team win. Such as what? He's still averaging 19, 8, and 8, which are highly respectable numbers, but they're undercut by how often he turns the ball over, by how many times he misses shots, and Shannon, just how impossibly bad the turnovers and the missed shots are. So many air balls, so many air balls off the glass that miss the rim. So many turnovers that make you sit back. We do blooper reels on a daily basis on this show of the missed shots and especially the turnovers because we sit back and say, this man has the worst hands of any point guard in the history of this game. Never seen anything this bad. Can't hang on to the basketball, can't finish at the rim, throws passes that an 8th grader wouldn't try in church league basketball.
Right.
And in the end, Shannon, you sit back and you say, well, all this sounds nice, but he's also saying, don't take me out anymore or we're going to have a problem. That's what I read between the lines. And he concluded by saying, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
If I'm the Lakers, I want the problem. See what the Lakers doing, the Lakers saying, well, even though we want to trade him. So we hope Russ go to his agent, say, hey, get me up out of there. Then we can say, you know what? Russ wanted to be out of here. We're trying to facilitate that. And you're absolutely right, Skip. When teams or guys want to get something out, they go to Woj. Woj is the NBA inside what Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward is to DC politics. If it happens in DC and one of them gets a hold of it, it happens. It was said. And trust me, when they say it's going to come to fruition, it's going to come to fruition. When Woj says something, Skip, you put your bottom dollar on it, it's going to happen. So that's not an accident that he went to him to do this interview. Or Woj was able to get this interview from Russ. But Skip, if Russ' previous actions and previous words would jive with what he's saying now, Skip, you know your boy on the wagon with both feet. But he hasn't said that. Winning has never been the end-all, be-all with him. And it rubbed me the wrong way, Skip, when we did it earlier this year. When I heard him say that, I said, Skip, that's a problem, bruh. Because I know how much I'm invested. I know how much LeBron is invested. And LeBron is here and you say that, that man's spending millions of dollars. Skip posted around the clock about working out after the game, watching what he eats. And here's the guy coming in that we're counting on. Say, man, the sun gonna shine. You know, I get to see my kid's face every day. That's happy. What? Man, I'm trying to win a championship. And you over here talking about you want some happy kids. Well, you know what? I need you to go to another team so you and your kids can be happy and give me somebody that they might not be the